What am I going to do? It's always something. Okay, here's that 2017 Propel again, downstairs in the dungeon. I mocked it up. I threw on some bars just to kind of see what the sizing is like. It's got a 90mm stem. It's got a ton of spacers. There's 40mm of spacers there, not counting the bearing cap. I threw the brakes on that came with it. They look good. I put some new brake pads in them. Threw on the rear wheel that's going to be on it. And I had the front on earlier, just trying it on for size. I got my SMP on there. I'm going to have to cut about 1 centimeter off of the ISP. The only damage I could find on it, there's a little bit of a pinch mark on the ISP, but it doesn't look like the carbon's cracked or anything, so I think it's okay. And then, let me spin this around. The only other damage I can find was around the rear brake boss there. I don't know if you can see it, but when they installed it, there's like putty. It's like an aluminum insert, and there's putty here. And you can kind of see it there, but on the back one here, I don't think I can get my camera in there. You can see that little crack in the putty. So I don't think that's in the carbon, but I think the seller should have shown that. But it looks like they put the insert in and then they cosmetically putty around it. So I think that's going to be okay. Maybe I'll get a hold of Gary Atkins and ask him about it. Haven't had time to do anything else on it. I'm waiting for parts. You know, with COVID and everything, things are moving slow. So anyway, there it is there. It's a pretty slick looking bike. I think the best view is the, so let me spin this around. There's the best view right there. It's like a blade. Yep, nice looking from behind. So anywho, I had to order a top cap. It came with this K-edge for a Garmin, which I don't own. And that was actually my only problem with working on the bike today, is I had to drill out one of these screws and easy out it because it was corroded in there and the head had been stripped. So, you know, it's a sweat collector there, I guess, if your computer's not in there. And it came with the stem, which is a 90mm. Usually I use 100. But the way it's measured out, I'm thinking if I put an 80 reach bar on like this, it should be fine. But there's such a stack there, I'm thinking about taking about 20 mil off and then putting on those goofy looking specialized Aerofly 25mm riser bars that were on the Venge Vias. So I haven't decided yet though if I can live with that many spacers, because if I can live with that many spacers, I think I can make it work as far as the stack goes. But that's a lot of spacers. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to attempt to put in my bottom bracket. This is a BB86, and it takes just the press-in Shimano bottom bracket. I'm going to put R8000 Ultegra crank on it, so this has got to go in there. And the instructions on Giant's website say to put some grease into the bottom bracket when you press it in. So I'm going to do that. I've heard, you know, you put actually like a Loctite type stuff to keep it from creaking and stuff, but I'm going to do what the instructions say, and if it creaks I'll pull it out and redo it another time. But I don't think a little grease is going to hurt it. So we get that greased up, and I'm using a Wheels Manufacturing press. There's what it looks like. I think these are like $55 or something on Amazon or something. but it has you know, all your different bearing sizes here, so you can you know, for whatever bottom bracket style you're using. And I think this would probably work for a headset press too. You could always go to the hardware store and try and get another longer piece of all thread. Anyway, so the instructions on Shimano's site say to press these in simultaneously. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm kind of new to this pressed in bearing stuff, so I guess we'll see what happens. That one went in just with force of hand. Now it's getting tight. But how do I line up that inner piece? I guess I'll find out. Let's give it a go. All right. That went fairly easy. Make sure it's in there. It feels about as tight as I'm going to twist it on plastic cased bearings. All right. How does it look? Yep, looks all lined up. Looking good. Well, that was easy. Yep, now I'm ready for the crank. Not going to put that in yet. I still have to cut the seat mast, and I don't want to make the frame heavy. So I'll probably pull the fork and all that when I cut it, but I'm waiting for my cut guide to come in. Something else I had to order, another joy of the integrated seat post. So I'm going to be whacking that bad boy off. You can see it there. I got to cut about 1 centimeter off the top. But like I say, I'm waiting for that cut guide to get here. So there's the bottom bracket. Sweet.